Good morning. We are here at the 2024 Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, so welcome. Of course, we will go deeply into a walkthrough of this brand new Seadeck 6, but I also want to mention, if you want to maybe give a quick round, this is the most imponent display in the show. We have 20 Azimut on display, featuring from the 42 Verve all the way up to the 38-meter tri-deck. And of course, we are stoked and excited to be here for that reason, but more so because finally we get the first unit in the Americas, a Seadeck 6. We are waiting for it for over 2 years, so very excited, and we're gonna go through it in a very comprehensive walkthrough. Some of those that you might have to watch maybe in different steps, because there is so many features on this boat that I will advise you that the video will be pretty long, but I promise you we will show absolutely everything on this brand new model. So we wanted to start from exactly from this area, because this is extremely innovative, and I want to give you a brief also test, if you wish, because this is the way Seadeck 6 is all about: getting closer to the water, getting closer to the elements, connecting, even though they sound like a little cliche, but this is a living proof. Look at the way you access the water. You are here, and from here you come down with a 1.5 meter staircase which lead you to the water. Of course, this platform serves double purpose. You're gonna have your dinghy here, which is up to 325 Williams is the maximum length you can put on the Seadeck 6. So your dinghy is here, so this works as a lift for your tender. Once the tender is off, this platform goes all the way down underwater, and this is your access to the water, 60 feet. I mean, before, back in the days, this was 120 feet before you can find something like this. So this gives you already immediately a feeling. Another element that we are going to be walking on for a long time today, and this is cork. As you have noticed, very different material, very innovative. Teak is becoming tougher and tougher to get, and also, in all fairness, the countries which produce teak, some of them, you don't really want to support them. So we are looking to find alternatives, and cork is a phenomenal alternative to teak, as you can see on this unit. Multiple purposes. Again, you don't cut the tree to get cork. You take the cortex, and the cortex regrow itself on the same tree. So that's number one. But there's also some technical aspect. Number two is very soundproofing. So a deck made in teak is much more isolated from sound when you walk on it in the lower deck, for instance, than teak would be. And last but surely not least, is definitely cooler on your feet, especially down here in Florida where the temperature gets very high. Sometimes it's tough to walk on teak. It burns your feet. Cork is significantly lower temper under a sun exposure. So we have seen a couple of the features like here in the transom. Keep going. I want to show you these because it's definitely worth it. I will mess up all the decor of our designer, so maybe take a look how pretty it is, but today we don't care much about that. We care about this. Look at the amount of storage you have here. There is room for 4 fenders, sea bobs, paddle boards, barbecue that we will see later on where it's located and how. You have room for your barbecue there. And again, cleaning product, your boarding ladder is here. And while we're talking about it, boarding ladder can go on both sides. So again, to go and swim in the water, you're not forced to put your tender in the water, which can be some work. If you want to take a quick dive, you have a boarding ladder, of course, is this black one right here, and you can connect it to those pins on the starboard side, and you have the same on the port side. So boarding ladder to go in and out of the water without the need to remove the tender and deploy your transformer if you don't want to. So everything very clever, but this volume of storage, as a yachtsman, you know how precious it is and how easily accessible. I would say, Josh, let's move here to the core, to the center of what we have named the Fun Island. You're talking about 340 square feet. So this is a surface that you see once the boat wings are open and deployed, as well as the transformer. You have 340 square feet in 60 feet of boat. 340 square feet of Fun Island. And Fun Island, why? Because this can only be fun. Look at the amount of space, look at the usable space that you have. As I said, of course, the wings open, safety always a concern. So you have carbon fiber real comfort fiber poles that put in place when you open your wings, if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, and you extend the surface of this entire area. You will see that there is, for instance, tracks in here, and these backrest, if you wish, moves and slides very gently. You just pull up this pin and then move it, and it comes here, and it works as a backrest. So when you're dining in this cockpit, that will move all the way here to support your back. Or you can move it in any position you want to be on this side instead. You have your kids playing in the water, and you want to stay here with your significant other or your wife and enjoy. And look, you have perfect support. People are in the water having fun, and you're here with the drinks. So very versatile, very simple mechanism, all manual, Arcan. These are the guides that you use on sailboats. So very versatile area. Sunbathing, lounging, dining, all in one spot with very easy movement as usual at Azimut Yacht. Technical features. On both sides, I'll show you only one, but on both sides we said we have some volume here, why not? Why not put a refrigerator? So you have 1 and 2 refrigerators per side where you can have your fresh drinks for the area. Very easy to understand concept. Table which is folding, you don't want it all the way up because it's very big and might be invasive in a normal configuration, but when you want to dine outside, there is supports that you pull out from the back here, and you open the table, and this is the kind of size where you can definitely have all 6 guests on board. This is a 3-cabin yacht, but you can also have a couple of more. We provide 2 chairs, we'll see them later, so you can have 3, 6, 8 people dining comfortably al fresco here. Of course, when you talk about fresco, shade is always important. So from here, it's not out now. Actually, I think I can show you. Is it coming out, Josh? Is it coming out, Josh? So this is your shading mechanism, which has a very interesting feature. I will not waste too much of your time taking it all out. I just want to show you, well, it goes out on its own actually, automatic. So this is a very interesting feature because incorporated in here, so you don't need storage anywhere else. You have these very light carbon fiber poles that are designed to be connected very simply like this and that on the deck. And this is so you can leave your awning open during navigation. Very clever. Take it out with one hand, super light, put it back in the in this piece of finishing, retract it and it's gone. So you don't have to put them anywhere else. While you're here, always a clever use of space. So nice storage, and this is insulated and drained, so it can also work as a cooler. You put ice in here, your drinks, and they will stay cold for a week or so with the ice draining out. Or you can use it as a storage, as we can see there, with where they put all the covers, and then you lock it down. Cockpit, so much to say. So cockpit, very interesting, very versatile. Seating area, storage under the seating here, and here, this is a very interesting area because we will, I don't know if I want you to come down there, but I will go down there. Maybe you can shoot me from the top. And crew quarters, of course, this is the configuration of this specific unit. And once you're down here, it's actually very comfortable. Sink, toilet, full-size bed, beautiful storage, a lot of room to move, big shower in here with the curtain isolating. So room for a crew quarter for 60 feet again, natural ventilation, natural air there. Or we offer also what we call a toy room. So this entire area now is equipped with racking, hooks, shelves, nets, in order for you to use it to put all your fishing gear, your diving gear, any technical equipment. So if you don't think that you're gonna have a crew member on board and you want to use this space for other purposes, this can also be configured in a toy room. Option number 3, while we're at it, if ordered, and we'll talk about it later a little bit deeper, but if ordered, our hotel mode option, that is where the big lithium battery pack will be hosted. So 3 configurations for the same area. So very clever, very smart. As traditional on Azimut Yachts, Very, very easy and simple. So when you leave the boat or when you come on board, the only thing you do, you open this panel, you turn this switch off or on, and all your lights, all your DC loads on board will come on or will go off with just touching one switch. So you don't have to go to the breaker panel and go through all the breaker, on, off, one move. All right, so this is what this panel is. Josh, while we are here, I think that it's impossible to do not know this. So we wanted to also have a nice grilling station, especially for us Americans, we love to grill. So we made it fairly simple. There is a bracket which can be removed, is in a position where you can operate the grill with the wing open or with the wing closed. So in case of the wing being closed, this is still, you can use it. And of course is a Canyon grill, that same that we put on every Azimut model all the way up to the tri-deck, and you have a beautiful barbecue grilling option here. We'll see this later. This is the access to the engine room. We'll do that last. Again, wing on the other side. I believe that we talk about the fun island, the features, and the cockpit enough. I don't think I missed anything, and if I did, we'll go back at it later. I think we are ready to walk in. So residential design door, of course, always safety, so lock it in place, but you know, very swing, very convenient, very comfortable door, locking in place mechanically, so safety first. And we have these beautiful features that now we're gonna keep up because guys, here is so hot and so humid, so we try to keep the interior as cold as possible for us, but that, and for our guests here at the show, but this entire glass goes up and down electrically. You control it from a very easy to reach switch on this side right here. There's a switch right there. You switch it and the entire glass goes down and disappears into the bulkhead. So now you're connecting completely in different kind of weather, of course, but you want to connect completely the interior and the exterior of the yacht. So this, remember that glass goes up and down. While we are here, believe it or not, and I want you to probably take a shoot from there, this is a galley. And this is as clean as you can get, guys. I mean, I don't think there is any other way to do a galley cleaner than this. Let me move things around a little bit, because this is very interesting. You might wonder, okay, it's a galley, where do you warm up your food? Where do you cook? Well, right here. You see these 4 little plus signs right here? Okay? And this is a cooktop. This is an induction cooktop through the material of the countertop, so you no longer need those big black glass invasive pieces, but you control it. You can cook right on it, and the way it works here is called invisible cook, and this is how you control the cooktop, and this is invisible because it's invisible. This is of course the drawer of your silverware. So again, beautiful minimalistic panel. You set your temperature, put it back in. You don't have to take it all out. You can do it from here. And while we are at it, oven, 60 centimeter full residential size oven. The doors slide in and disappear. So if you wanna leave it open because more in the cooking, you know, of course you can use your oven conveniently. And of course, sorry for the mess. This boat got here last week from Italy, so they still have to set it up. But again, beautiful drawer for storage. While we are at it, here we decided on this unit to put an ice maker, dedicated ice maker. Again, in the US, we love large television, we love powerful air conditioning, we love ice makers, we love audio video systems, sophisticated. So this is an American spec boat. Ice maker here, you can have a dishwasher instead or nothing, and will be just extra storage. Even though we'll go through storage because there is so much. While at it, trash, storage right there, right? And then of course your sink, which again, when you need it, is there. When you don't need it, you can close this and disappears. And when you don't use this, this is designed to be slided right in here. There's a slot, it's slided in there and it stays away. So if you are on board and you're using the boat and you don't want to go on and off, on and off, on and off, you put it right there and is usable. We have a first pantry here, and look, this harmonica hinge of this door, and it's very well thought. First of all, look at the beauty. I mean, look at the woodwork. Again, I really tell people to go look at the competition, then come back and see our woodwork and what we do with wood, and then you realize. And the details. You have magnet here, which hold this close. You see, I have resistance now. And then you have 3 magnets which hold the door in place. But the movement, very gentle. You put it aside here. And then, of course, you have your glassware here that comes out. God forbid you need to make an effort to pick it from here. And shelves. Access to technical panels right here. There is a technical area, so you just remove the shelves and you access there. And also very easy access. We'll see this throughout the boat, but very easy, no tool. Look, this is what I needed to do to access my fan coil and my air conditioning system. This is the first one we're going to look at. The filter, again, you take it out with one hand from here, clean it, put it back in, no tools. You put this one back right here in place, and there you go. Your air conditioning system is perfectly maintained. So this is number 1, storage on the port side. And look at this, Josh. Full size refrigerator, completely hidden. Again, beautiful woodwork. And very, very generous size freezer. And of course, the reason is that you don't want the door of the freezer to open all the time, but you want the door of the refrigerator to open all the time. That's why this is guided, that one is not. And here you have a very, very generous size refrigerator. Remember, you have a cooler box on the deck there, and 2 refrigerators on the sides, and it's not done. We will show you more refrigeration space. So while we are here in the salon, and actually I think you will appreciate it more in the primary as well, but this, let's talk a little bit about the interior design. This is a Thun Rodriguez. It's a very, very renowned, famous architect firm in Milan, in Italy. And we hired them to do the Seadeck 6 because their style, their DNA is in residential and hospitality is what they do. This, they're not, we brought them into the marine industry, is to use a lot natural material. They believe a lot in wood, they believe a lot in sustainability, they believe a lot in the design, which is calm, holistic, and make you want to spend time in what they design. And this is the feeling. This is, you see how everything, there is nothing screaming at you. This is the luxury of where less is more. Luxury where you know, calm and spending good time on board without shocking you with elements. Is luxury made of tons of hours of labor invested to create a very sophisticated geometry without screaming and yelling at you in a very pompous way, right? So this is the style of Rodriguez and Thun, and I think we believe it came out fantastic on the Seadeck series. So all the 6, 7, and 9 Seadeck will be done by Thun. Talk about storage. I always like and to show how easy, because of course this is a potential volume of storage, and you can make it very different ways. Now look, with one hand you access, there's a beautiful mechanism. One end, you have plenty of storage here, and the same, Josh, you have this pillow left. You lift it, look at the amount of volume of storage you have there. Incredible. And look at this. This is even more. So again, I use 2 hands because this geometry asked me to clear a little bit, but look, 2 fingers, and look what I'm accessing. Again, I apologize for the mess. The boat just came in from Italy, but I want to really give you an idea. So this is all storage available for the galley. While we are at it and while we are here, let's talk a little bit about this table and some other feature of the salon. So designers love pillows for some reason, maybe a little too many. So table. This is a coffee table configuration, which again, from this switch right here, I will be able to take down the TV. Watch your head. So TV comes down, because you might wonder, where is the TV? All right, is hidden in the ceiling, and we want it only when we want to watch it. So now I'm watching a movie, and this probably will be, this is actually for my back, this will be probably my best position to watch a movie. And I'm really at home. Look at the comfort, look at the position, look at the size, look at the angle. I mean, it's really perfectly positioned to watch movie and watch TV. And then instead, the weather outside is bad, or it's too hot, or it's too cold, and I put away my TV with the press of a button. And what I do At the same time, I'm gonna raise my table with the switch right next to it. So I'm raising my table. I will not go all the way to, don't waste your time. And of course, these 4 pedals open. The top slides. There is a pin down here that you pull, this one right here. The top slides and the table raise, you have support, and now becomes a perfect dining table for 8 people. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And so you go from coffee table, lounging, watching a movie, to let's call it formal dining, because you are inside, and you know, you can set it up nicely, and you can have a formal dining for 8 in the air conditioning with a beautiful view. Again, let's take advantage of this moment to take a look at the amount of glass on this boat, to look especially here on the port side, which is what you see when you are sitting and lounging on this sofa, is this almost full side of glass. You have a support there, but that's about it. And while we talk about support, you know, sometimes I throw things in there when they come to my mind. Support to me means structure, structures mean materials, materials means science and techniques. More than 40%, so all the superstructure of the Seadeck 6 is made of carbon fiber. And again, you heard me saying that many times by now. I'm sorry if I repeat myself, but carbon fiber often is associated to performance. And despite this boat is very performing, it's at 32, 33 knots wide open, 26, 28 cruising, but we don't use carbon fiber to enhance speed and performance. We use carbon fiber so we can give volume, we can give size, we can give space at reduced weight. That means that we can power the boat with smaller engine. Okay, smaller engines, smaller fuel consumption, smaller CO2 emissions. So this is why we use so much carbon fiber. It's not to go faster, it's to go at the same speed with small power, less emission, less fuel burn. I think we can move on, and here, as customary actually, on Azimut, beautiful storage compartment right here. Very convenient for the helm, where you keep your binoculars, maybe your closer to navigation needs. But then you have, of course, all your traditional china, of course, espresso cup. Italians never, we cannot live without this, but we branded them. Everything is isolated with neoprene, so no noise, no rattle, no risk of damage. And here you have all your plates secured. So if you think about it, the genius of use of space and engineering, in 2 drawers you have a full set of china for the entire boat, drinking and eating. We have seen that you have your glassware right there, and your silverware under, just above the oven, where the InvisiCook control is. So let's take a look now at the helm. As you can see, as clean as it can be, but also integrated all the features you need. Of course, we're not in Italy, but I always like to you know, put a little bit image of our beautiful, nice boat. This boat is actually built right around here in the north, close to the mountain, and then goes down by truck to here in a town called Savona, which is more or less, actually is here. You see that there was a route. This is the route, funny enough, this is the route that from Savona took this boat to Genoa, where it was loaded on a container ship and then brought to Fort Lauderdale. So this is actually cool that you can see these very boats still have the truck. So very sleek helm. We have a lot of feature here. So let's take a look at something obviously a little bit deeper and more sophisticated than chart plotter. You go home again, you go on your vessel, and maybe, well, those are, my view is where you can set up what you want to see there. Then you go back. This is the engine, gives you all the information of the engines right here. And the vessel is also, this is all customizable, so this is what you wanted to see, how many gauges you wanted to see. Now this is set up like that, and it's 2 pages, so this is the setup, but you can totally customize that. But what I want to show you is something even cooler, which is actually this Empire Bus from Garmin. This is your monitoring system, and this is phenomenal. So let's start from the beginning. This is a very interesting feature, air conditioned. Of course, the boat is equipped with air conditioning, independent air conditioning unit in every single ambient, and more than one if needed. Of course, their own name, as you can see, wheelhouse, salon, VIP, guest, owner, owner head, crew. You can select them all or not, and you can control them all or not from here, which is very convenient actually. So if you select them all, here you can set your temperature, and you see it goes down, and your fan speed. Let's say I want a little bit more air, then I press save, and you will see that in a minute all of this will react, and you see they're all becoming 4 gradually, and they're all setting up to 65.3, and the air just came on stronger. So this is very, very convenient. Give you information of your chiller, you know, your compressor speed, the water, or the temperature. You can put it in eco mode, so maybe when the weather is not as hot as we have here now in Florida, is eco, so less power. So very, very convenient, and actually very user friendly. You see how fast and easy it is to control, and by now I have controlled the entire air conditioning of the system of the boat in one touch. Or I cannot, and then I can go in a single area, do exactly the same. Power. This is the page where you control your power. AC bar A, AC bar B. So we have 2 shore power cords, 50 amps each. You don't need to connect both to the dock to power the boat. One is enough. For instance, right now we have one shore power cord only is feeding both bars. If you have the opportunity to have 2 shore power plugs, then you connect 2 shore power cord. Bar A will feed the boat. Bar B will feed the air conditioning system alone, which is the heaviest AC load that you have on any boat of this kind of size. And then, of course, you have also control to turn on and off power distribution to some of the AC load. The AC ice maker, cockpit fridge, induction plate, oven, dishwasher, galley, hood, barbecue, and fridge. You can also control their power supply from here. So very convenient. These are the loads that you would control the more. And then you can do your DC power. So that's the power direct current that comes from your battery, and it gives you all the information of your battery. Service battery is the biggest bank you have on board, the most important in a way, even though without engine batteries you can move. But service batteries are the one which are the biggest, they're always under the most load, and here it gives you all the information. You are charging 40 amps, discharging 41, and then it gives you also information of the other sets of batteries. And here you see NA, 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 not because it's not available. The batteries are available, they are there, is because the battery switches are off. As we see in the cockpit right now, I have only the battery switch, the service battery switch on, so that's why I have these voltages reading, and I don't have voltage reading on the engines because my battery switch were off. Of course, I have pages for bilges, which control the pumps, very safety always first. I have a page for navigation. You can turn on and off your blowers in the engine room, navigational light, red lights, which is you know, this one right here, and roll angle that gives you the information about the roll angle. And you can see, Josh, you just turn it on. When you navigate at night, you don't want white light in the boat because they reflect against any glass surface, so it's unsafe. That's why we have always a navigation red light here, and you control it from your navigation page right here, on, off. Roll angle, pitch angle. Of course, the boat is equipped with a Seakeeper NG9 in this case, and so it gives you also information about your pitch angles and your roll angles to see how efficient. And last but surely not least, you have a very, very comprehensive, easy to read page. Gray water tank, black water tank, fresh water tank, and fuel. Gives you level, percentage from fuel to empty to fuel, and then of course you can control your pump. Gray water pump, you can put it in auto, so you don't worry about it. As soon as the gray water tank fill, the pump starts, pump it out. You can do it anywhere, no restriction. Black water pump, only manual. You want to make sure that you pump black water out only where you can and where is legally allowed. Fresh water pump, most of the time you will leave it just on, and this is the tank, and then you have your fuel. Alarm, safety first, obviously, always, or awareness rather than only safety. It's also awareness. Now you want to know when your fresh water level, tank level is low, you want the system to tell you so you can refill and not find yourself without water. So it's not only safety, it's also awareness and information. These are all the alarms. When they blink red, it means that you have an alarm. And then in this, the Seadeck is all about sustainability, efficiency. We go through many details throughout the walkthrough, and so this gives you stats, this gives you information about your efficiency. These are the curves that tells you where did you navigate. These are the RPMs, the angle and pitch, So it tells you how efficient was your navigation. I mean, maybe you need to go somewhere so fast and you needed to be there, so you were not that efficient, or you don't care about time. You want to make sure that you save the most fuel. This gives you information about where you are at, where you're standing in the curves, right? And yellow, red, green. I don't think we need to go through that. Power, same thing. It tells you how much power you have used. You see, this is very early in the morning. We have used very little power, you see, and now we're starting to use power here in the morning, and then tells you also your actual usage of power. So those are just extra information, and as well as you know, service. This is fuel, how much fuel you have used, how did you use it, and then freshwater level also as well. It tells you, you know, an efficiency, how much water are you using, how many people you have on board, so you can kind of understand when you need to refill. So very, very cool and very comprehensive, easy to navigate monitoring system, Ampere Bus from Garmin. And again, that's very important actually. Ampere Bus is a Garmin product, so the entire monitoring system of the boat is not done by us, is not done by a small company, it's done by a colossal mega company as Garmin, which also provide the monitoring system. So that goes a long way in case of service needs. Then is the Garmin service network globally worldwide, which will service the product in case of needed. Talking about Garmin, beautiful feature here, and this is a new system from Garmin. So there are cameras around the boat, 2 on the side, 1 in the bow and 1 in the stern, and they really give you basically the exact same as automotive. So it gives you distances, fields, and it gives you a perimeter of safety. So this is obviously a name when you maneuver. You have your joystick here, and then really you can just look at the display and you see in real time, this is the boat, this is where we are at, this is the distance we have from object in the front, on the side, and you can dock. And of course it produces also a sound which increases with you approaching more an object on the side, on the stern, on the bow. So very, very cool new system from Garmin. We implemented it here on the first Seadeck we brought to the Americas. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You have your controls here, bow thruster. We always put a bow thruster as well in IPS boats we provided as an option, because in America, for instance, we dock a lot through poles, and maybe this is an owner-operator boat where you have a girl or somebody, a friend, whomever, in the front helping you with lines, and you want to be able to maneuver very gently. See, this is progressive. You can feel that the more I give, the more it moves, right? And to put a line on a pole or take a line off the pole when you come back, you can do it with the IPS. IPS claims you don't need thrusters, that is true, but with the thruster you can make this very, very finesse maneuver where you are up front there. You don't have the jerky movement that a strong triple 650 horsepower from the back might be a little bit rougher. This is so smooth, look at that, I mean, and you can have it, you can really regulate it, and you see there is no movement. So that's why we provide bow thruster also in IPS configuration boats. Natural air, natural ventilation, electric control. So in a warm day, you want some nice breeze, you need to talk to someone when you're docking. You don't need to yell and scream from the back, but you can come here, fuel dock, any conversation that the captain needs to do with the outside world can be done through this window very conveniently, and electrically operated. You close it. Seats, co-pilot seat is fixed in this position and is an option if you want it. Is here. If you don't want it, this becomes a nice area where you can put objects and store things. And pilot seat instead electrically operated, up and down, back and forth through this control. You see, up and down, and this is the back and forth. Rain holder, air conditioning. I think we covered it all. We can take a quick look at this, because very conveniently located. This is your DC side, and this is your AC side. Batteries power, shore power, generator power. Talking about shore power and generator, this is how you turn on and off your generator from here. So you don't have to go down to the engine room. You just turn this switch once the battery switch is on, of course, in the cockpit, and you turn on and off your generator from here. And this is your source selection. Very easy, mechanical. I don't do it now because otherwise we lose power. But right now, as we have seen in the monitoring system, you see, shore 1. Right now it means that we have one shore power cord feeding the entire boat. Bar A and bar B are closed. One shore power is feeding the entire boat. If you have two, you have shore 1, shore 2, this selector move here, and is where you are. But you can also mix genset alone, and if you have one shore, why you have a shore 1 and genset? Because let's pretend that you are somewhere and you have only one shore cord available from the marina. They don't give you more than one. You plug one shore power, but you have a full load of boat. You have many people, you just came back, everybody's showering, somebody's using the barbecue, somebody's cooking, somebody's blowing their hair. Of course, one shore power plug will not be enough. The air conditioning is pumping. So you can have shore power 1 and generator. And at that stage, you have power to feed a small village. So that's why you can also combine both shore power and generator. Convenient USB here. Double USB here if you want to leave a phone or an iPad or any device charging here, safe and secure. You have a USB, and everything is nice and store and disappear despite being technical. Josh, I think we cover it all up here, so I think we can approach the lower deck. While we're approaching the lower deck, I wish you can feel this. I wish the video will be able to transmit to you what I'm feeling right now under my feet or in my head, because this carpet is something that really blew my mind the first time I touched it and saw it. It's made of recycled fishing net. I promise you, please come see it for yourself. If I touch it and I tell you this is a silk carpet, you will believe me. It's just unbelievable what this sustainable technology are arriving to. And first of all, it's beautiful to see, it's beautiful to look, the color is perfect for the model. But if I think about it, this was before a fishing net in the trash, and now is this, wow, blown away. But that's part of the sustainability concept behind the Seadeck, going into something a little bit more practical and always welcome in Italy to begin with. Wine cooler right here, so if you want it, this is an option. Wine cooler, for me, this will be essential, will be probably the first option I order on any boat. But if you don't want it, storage, extra storage, and then you have storage on the side. So beautiful, nice little volume here. Can be technical or just storage volume. And then we go to the lower deck where actually, first of all, look at the landing lobby. Look at how beautiful this ambient is. Very, very defined. The elements of the core are actually, what you see are the handles of the door, which are extremely researched. You see it's a combination of metal and wood from Thun and Rodriguez. And then we will start opening door and give light. But I wanted to come here and see how calm, how beautiful, how light is a landing ground. And then a little bit technical before we go into the primary. Combo unit, washer and dryer combo on this side, and on this side we have actually an immense amount of storage. Look at this volume. This is one of the chairs that I talked about before that we can use for the salon or the cockpit. So it fits here, you can fit more than one. You have storage. This is part of your audio video system. So this is the receiver, a couple of pillows here, refrigerator for the night. This is a feature that is actually more for a larger yacht, where you have a lobby before the cabins doors, and usually you have a drinking area. So here in 60 feet you have a refrigerator right here, and hooks to leave anything that you want to hang, and also shelves. So a big volume of storage right here, right before entering the primary. At this stage, this is where I don't want to put a competition between the areas. The salon really screams Thun and Rodriguez as well, but this is where I think they express themselves maybe a little bit more. So look at the color, look at the feeling that you have in here. It's just you don't want to leave for two reasons. We think. Number one is the decor, the material choice, the color palette. So everything is such that Again, nothing screams at you. There's a lot of wood, a lot of details, a lot of luxury, but it's very silent, and therefore makes you want to stay here, along with immense amount of natural light. Look at these two hull windows, that the amount of natural light that you carry into the cabin of course is such that really all the features will go through it, make you want to spend time, stay here. We offer the Seadeck 6 in a couple of configurations. This sofa can be larger all the way down to the bulkhead, and that is an option. For the Americas, we prefer to make the sofa still very nice and comfortable and wide. And this is also something where you probably at night come here, you get undressed, maybe leave your clothes here if you don't want to put them away. So convenient landing area for the night, but we also wanted to provide her with a beautiful vanity. So here on the side, very comfortable actually. She can have all her makeup here, beautiful backlit mirror. Look at the size, look at the perfect angle. I don't really like to look at my face, but I was to give you an idea. You know, beautiful, large. I don't think you can do more and better than this. And then when you're done, it closes and it disappears. And so beautiful vanity, steel sofa, and then we'll go through storage as always. So beautiful big drawer here. Look at the depth and size of this drawer right here. And you have one exactly on the other side here, you know, which use all the volume available. You might wonder why this is, you know, not that deep, is because that's where the hull start coming down on an angle, right? So, but still, we give it as much as we can. And also here, storage, I will not go through all of them, but these are all storage compartment. You see this indent here, clearly, this is high-low for the TV. That white track that you see on the side, the blackout curtains, in addition to, of course, the cosmetic, if you wish, Roman shade here, but you have blackout, very, very important. And also see the use of light. Light is diffused in ways that are not just blind spotlights on the ceiling like most of competition, but there is we spend countless hours in lighting engineering. We have lighting engineers. That's all they do. They study light and they apply light concept to the product. And you can tell, you can see how the light here feels so natural, and there is so much work. Look at the beauty and details of the light features they choose, including the lamps. Storage, of course, you have storage on both sides. This is a little bit smaller. On that side, I will not open it. You can show it is much, much bigger. Then, of course, as usual, you have the tons of storage. Again, under the bed. Ecco, this is actually pretty good. Look at the amount of pillows. First of all, I really don't understand why people need so many pillows, but that's me. But that is a good way of representing the storage, because look at the amount of pillows there here. This is a pillow store under a bed. And it's all divided. So when you fill it, hopefully with something else, not pillows, things can be divided. So the boat moves, you're running, 28, 29, 30 knots, so things move around. That's why it's all divided in compartments, so things don't go all over the place. So this beautiful storage here for pillows, and big drawer there, big drawer here. Look at the depth of this drawer, nice and comfortable. And then of course you have a beautiful, first of all, look at the height. I am 6 feet. And yes, here, look at the size of that step. So here I'm almost touching my head on the ceiling, but still, I mean, I have a very, very good height. So hanging bar, safe here, and then it goes deeper and deeper. So that also gives you an idea of the volume. Shelf. Behind that shelves, without wasting your time, there is another easy to move panel to access the air conditioning fan coil of this area. So the air conditioning fan coil is right there. There's a panel like the one I showed to you in the galley. One finger, take it out, clean the filter, put it back in. So beautiful storage here. And on top of storage, of course, we always focus on technical space. So for instance, just to give you an idea, here you open this panel, very easy to move. This is an insulating for noise panel, and this is your bilge pump right here, fully insulated. And under my feet, I will not go through it, but under my feet, promise, trust me, here there is a hatch, and under this hatch there is a sump pump which drain the water from the shower into the gray water tank. So in case, while I show you this, because these are pumps, they have a lifespan. They work until they work, and then there is a day that you need to replace them. And you want to make sure that not only you now already have to spend money to replace the pump, you don't want to spend extra money to pay someone tons of labor to access that pump. So in this case, changing pumps cannot be easier than this. Technician can charge you really only the time needed to change the pump, not to access the pump. And let's move into the head. I think we cover entirely the cabin, I believe so. And look at the beauty of this head. So first of all, this again is the Toon Rodriguez choice of all the details, and this bronze satin look just looks so elegant with this stony, very stony material, which again, the idea here is to take you close to the element, close to the environment, create really a work of design which revolves around natural color. So nothing screams at you again here, but you have copper kind of feel here, and so again, natural material and stony floor and sink. So all the colors blend in together. This is actually why we're at it. This is another way to show, well, it's so easy, how easy it is to access system. So your filter is right here. One hand, you take it out, you clean it. If you need to service your air conditioning system, they need to refill freon or check a gas, check pressure. Look how easy it is. One panel, one hand, and then when you're done, you put it back. Now actually while I activated it, because I put my leg against it, this is a toilet with a bidet feature. What you heard is this, and this is a bidet feature in the toilet, which is an extra option. Let me move these pieces right here. Storage here, which again, what we talk about it, independent air conditioning control for the head, hidden, so at night you don't see the light, but you can control it from there as well as from the helm, as we've seen. But more importantly, perfectly located, but without being invasive in your eyes. Power socket there. What you see right here is what we call GFCI. So is a device to protect the socket and power when they are in wet environment. They're mandatory by BYC code and regulation, which is the code, the American Boat and Yacht Council code that we built under, which comply with the US Coast Guard standard. Just a technical note right there. They require GFCI protection on every socket in a moist environment. But you can put your devices there, and then if you need cable to come out, there's this smart cut right here, so you can have the socket hidden, which is not polluting the beauty of the environment, but is technically appropriate right there. Then turn around, you have storage here for your toilet paper right here, and then a bunch of extra volume of storage here. You have two drawers here. This is probably his, while it's a little bit smaller, and I would say this is hers. I discriminate men and women right now because I'm a man and my wife always take the bigger drawers and leave me the smaller, so I don't feel that bad saying that. But jokes apart, beautiful touches of the material chosen by Rodriguez and Toon. You see how everything is so healthy and so calm, so you want to spend time, especially in here. Look at this shower. I always like to demonstrate physically and mechanically, if you wish, the dimension of the shower. So first of all, glass door enclosure with handle and towel holder included, and you have beautiful rain shower. But look, more than anything, look at the size. Look at the size. I'm not touching anything. I'm 6 feet 76, 77 kilos, and I move very, very comfortably, convenient. I don't touch anything. So this is really a prime shower. Of course, you have also your telephone shower right here, and very interesting here, you have your gray water alarm. This is a technical feature. You would not have that in a house, obviously, but this tells you that if you're taking a little bit too long a shower, or there is anything going on and your gray water tank now is full, that tells you right here, and it's set in a way which is not telling you when it's full. is as a gauge, as a percentage, so it is more a notice and an advice. You know, you should get out of the shower sooner, which is what we say to our daughters every day at home, basically. So I think, Josh, we covered everything in the primary and primary head, and I think we can move on to the VIP because we have a lot more to see. So you see here we have 3 doors. So this is a guest cabin, VIP cabin, and this door right here is a door of the head, which serve both the VIP and the guest, but also works as a day head. We'll look at it when we get in from the VIP cabin, but that's to tell you what this third door is. So if you have guests on board for lunch or dinner, but they're not sleeping on board, they need to go to the bathroom, they come down a little ramp of stairs, and this is the bathroom they're gonna use. Now we're gonna dive into the VIP. So look at the size of this cabin, look at the size of this bed. Actually, I wanna give you real feeling because the Seadeck bow is actually nice and aggressive, fairly pointy, but through design we have been able to still make a very wide bed, long and wide. So again, by now you know my height and my weight and my size, and look, I'm perfectly comfortable here. And so this is your VIP bed, and the storage on both sides. You have a hanging bar. Wow, extra pillows, God forbid. You have a hanging bar here with of course storage there, and you have actually a much bigger one. So Josh, why don't you come in the cabin? So we close the door. Again, remember, we are at 60 feet. So very spacious, very roomy, but still we're in 60 feet. And I want to show you the depth and dimension, including the mirror. So everything very well thought. You can put even a safe if you want to in this cabinet right here, in this closet. Hanging bar, shelf, mirror, everything you need here. Air conditioning control. We don't repeat ourselves. You know what that is and why it's there. Beautiful natural light, natural ventilation. We provide natural ventilation in every ambient. Especially for Europe, we use natural ventilation a lot there. So as soon as we can, we love to be without air conditioning, and the nice breeze in the summer there allows it. Not so much in Florida, but natural ventilation is there. And of course your audio video, your television, soundbar, Bose system, and your television is behind this mirror. So you see how pretty it is. Right now you don't have a nasty ugly piece of plastic hanging on a beautiful wood bulkhead, but we put a beautiful mirror. You don't see anything unless you turn on the TV, and then it will come up. I can see it right here. If I look deeply, the TV is right here. You see the LG brand right here. Now if we switch, maybe we go into the head. So head, look, let's go technical, because again I just want to show the volume of storage under the sink. And of course you have your toilet paper holder there, and extra storage. And what I want you to see is, again, we have been able to make it with a separated enclosed shower with glass, you know, enclosure. And look at the beauty of this door. Look at the round shape. Now this would have been much cheaper, first of all, and easier to make with an hinge or a 90 degrees, 2 pieces of 90 degrees glass with an aluminum profile in between. You know, would have cost a fraction of what this does, but that's not what we do. We do design, we do beauty, we do prime quality. And look at the size of the shower. Rain shower again. And again, I have this very gentle curve here, which is the hull shape and the bow upstairs, but I can easily move. I have no problem, no constraint, natural ventilation, and a lot of natural light for a shower. Of course, there is a curtain coming down to close. You don't want to have that view from the outside. But again, everything is very, very roomy. I don't really feel any constraint. And we know, I told you before, why and what is this door about. And actually, maybe Josh, we come up this way. We use this door. We use this door, come out this way, because this is the day head. And then we're going to dive into the guest cabin, which is last but definitely not least, because look how roomy and space this cabin is. This is for kids or for guests, spend time together, and the beds are actually comfortable. I slept in this very cabin on the prototype in Italy, And I actually slept like a baby because look, size is perfect. You have all you need: natural light, natural ventilation, storage with power to charge your iPad, iPhone, and anything you need. You put it down here. If you need the cord to come out, because again, I was actually working on my iPad and I needed power, and the cord was coming out from here, was perfect, and I was feeding my device without the need of the socket to be exposed. And audio video, again, I don't know if you can see it, Josh, is behind this mirror. There is a TV right here. You don't see it probably in the video, which is what we want. You don't want to see it unless it's on, but this is the TV. Soundbar right here, adaptive position, and then again, beautiful, watch your feet, big storage, and look at the size of this mirror. You want to go out at night before going out for dinner, you want to take a look at yourself, and this is all hanging bar, shelves. And in this cabin, maybe we do take a look of the amount of storage under the beds. A lot of storage under the beds. You see, down here, pillows, again, wow. But anyway, a lot of storage there, ventilated, so under the bed everything is ventilated. Under that storage, there is another of those panels that you lift, and you actually access black water tank, freshwater tank, black water tank sander, freshwater tank sander. The sander is a device which is screwed on top of the tank as a floating element which goes up and down, and is what tells up there the level. Remember the percentage level of the fluids? That's provided by a gauge. Gauges sometimes need to be maintained, would be nice. You take off the gauge and you need to clean it, so the up and down, especially in gray and black water, they are very easily accessible. You open that hatch, 3 screws, gauge come out, you clean it, you maintain it, you replace it, whatever you need to do, put it back in. And again, very, very minimum investment of time, which is money, to service the product. So we think also about the after sales elements when we design the boat, and this also give it, look at, you cannot make a fan coil in a cabin easier to access and work on than this. You just can't, you know. And again, I always say it, this is one hand, your filter, take it out, clean it, and put it back in, you know. So super, super easy, no excuses to don't do it. And here, again, big volume of storage. See, look at the amount of storage you have here, and easy access. Those are the diaphragms of pumps, and things which might need maintenance and service, you access by removing a mattress and you know, a little wood panel. So that's it. My designers will kill me, but the purpose of today is to give you as much as we can idea of everything on Seadeck 6. I think, Josh, what we're doing now, we're going to take a quick look at the bow. You see, I forgot something. Beautiful detail. Louver, these aluminum louver are fixed, and instead that sunshade that we left partially open purposely at the show to make sure that people see that is moving, is electrically operated, and you can open it, this sunshade, so it gives you beautiful sun coming in, but with the louver effect. And these aluminum louver are fixed, and the sunshade is electrically operated and can bring light in or out depending on what you want. Well, little storage again everywhere, so they will be convenient. There's plenty of these in the galley for spices and storing spices. And let's go take a look at the bow, because it's very, very featureful as well. And take a look at the, first of all, the height. So safety, again, very nice constraint, a lot of very safe way to move in the bow from the stern, even in very rough condition. Cork details carry out on the cap rail, and here of course you have your Blackwater suction cup here. Very nice storage on both sides. I'll show you one, but you can see both because it goes all the way in. So deep, nice storage where you can put a ton of things, including the carbon fiber poles that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. You have nice 4 carbon fiber poles which put up a beautiful very good, Josh. Which put up a beautiful shade, you know, a bimini shade, and when you don't need it, when you don't use it, they go right here. So you don't need to go around the boat to find spot. Everything is thought out, and of course they close for weather. Beautiful storage here, nice detail on both sides, you know, scenic lamps here. Again, storage for your carbon full, storage, drain storage here to put your phone, whatever, when you're lounging here. Adjustable backrest. So look at the amount of feature, look at the amount of work, look at the amount of engineering is in here. So drain storage here, 2 cup holders per side. They can't say that we don't provide enough cup holders. Pillows, of course, tons of pillows. But look at the size of this sunbathing area and the perfect angle. Oh, Josh, I don't want to move from here. Can we keep going from here? Oh my God, this is phenomenal. Look at the amount of sunbathing space. Angle of the backrest is just fantastic. Carbon fiber poles here, we said that. Here, what do we have? Here we have storage for fenders, if you wish. You know, control for your anchor, very conveniently located. Again, you want to control your anchor, but you also want to be able to see what you're doing. So look at the position perfectly. My anchor is right there, and I can see exactly what I'm doing by controlling with the remote in a very comfortable position. And when I'm done, I put it away in a safe, dry location right here. And this is one. And we're gonna take a look at the other right here, because it really gives a lot of depth, a lot of room. So you want to put your fenders down there and don't have them anywhere hanging or bothering you. This is perfect for all the fenders to come and be stored in a way. You know, fenders are as needed as bothering on a boat, so you always want to have room where to put your fenders. I think we can go back. Well, I don't want to give you a challenge to walk backwards. This side is actually the same as the other, so why don't you follow me? Storage, lights, everything here is symmetrical, so whatever we saw on the port side is identical on the starboard side. We'll leave this up, why not? So actually what I want you to appreciate as always is look at the amount of window. Look at the entire size. As I said, this is all carbon fiber, all the superstructure, all carbon fiber, but look also the amount of windows that you have on both sides, as well as the front and the stern. So you have really 360 degrees of windows on the. So let's go down and take a look at the engine room and all the technical spaces where that, as you know, are definitely my favorite on every boat, and the Seadeck 6 is definitely not second to that. So I will come down first, Josh, and then you follow me. First and foremost, triple D6, means 6 cylinders, 650 horsepower equivalent IPS drive from Volvo Penta. So this is the propulsion package of the Seadeck 6. And then let's go through the system. Seakeeper, let's start from the most relevant. NG9, so we have seen, or we didn't see it because by now you surely know, but you can control your Seakeeper obviously from the multifunction display up in the helm. There's an app there and you control on, off, and you have all the data there. But you can also have their own proprietary on-off display here. Generator's color, as you can see, pretty bold, as they say. 21 kW, 60 Hertz on the American package. So again, as I always say, this generator is enough to feed a small village. So definitely no problem of power, no problem of dimensioning of generator. So electrical panel here. I always like to show you the quality of execution of our electrical system. So no absolutely need to keep these closed. Actually proud to open them, and look at the level of precision, quality, details. Every single wire is numbered and named. We provide both paper and digital electrical schematic. Every single component is codified and named. So there is really, of course, you need to know what you're doing as a marine electrician, but there is really the legend of electrical system on boats not being is over since a long time, and this you can tell the quality of execution of electrical system, which is, by the way, the most important system on board, because distributing power throughout the boat is what makes the boat live or die. So that's why we keep it at this level of details and quality. I'm standing right here on one of the battery boxes, fuel tank right here on the side, and those blue things that you see there, those are electric solenoids, but they all have also manual bypass. So if the electric solenoid opening or closing a fuel distribution manifold or valve doesn't work, you can always bypass it and provide fuel to the devices anyway. Fuel filter, this is a pretty cool device and a nice piece of advice. Of course, we saw that in the monitoring system you have a gauge telling you how much fuel. It's still electronic, it's still a computer. It will work most of the time, but it might not work, and you want to make sure that you know in the most basic, rudimental way how much fuel you have on board before you take on a journey. I always come down here and look how much fuel I have. I trust that, but not 100%. And so by pushing this button, you see the level just went down? So by pushing this button, so remember, this button needs to be pushed in order to see, otherwise you're measuring the last measure you have done, not the current fuel you have. So push this button, and what it is, this is just a mechanical gauge. This is fuel, that's why there is a button. Because right now I'm allowing fuel pressure to bring fuel up to the exact level is in the tank, and look, I have a gauge here which is telling me that I have somewhere between 204 and 270. So I would say right now at 250 gallons of fuel, no matter what any computer tells me, I have 250 gallons of fuel in this boat right now. So very important for safety and redundancy. Talking about fuel, look at the positioning of these fuel filters. Those are all water separator fuel filter. Look at the pressure gauge, look at the access. It cannot be better than that. Look at the valve system or distribution manifold, really engineering at its best. Everything is extremely easy to access, right? So this is something that you do access once in a while, not on a daily basis, but yes, you want to have access to your fuel filtering device on a boat of any kind, very easy, and it cannot be easier than this. Pressure gauge, 2 filters per engine, selector. This means that right now I'm using this filter and I'm keeping this filter. This is new, safe, and I'm using this filter right here. And now I'm using known, now I'm using this one, and now I'm using both. All right, so very, very easy system. Propulsion, right there, big, nice hydraulic pack in that corner. You see that? That big guy over there with all the solenoids right here. That is what controls the transformers, the folding platforms on the side right here. Big, nice oil tank right there. Easy to access. Again, we are in 60 feet, so I'm very used to this. This is a comfortable engine room, don't get me wrong. The 60 feet, 3 engines, a lot of equipment is very well designed. I mean, the space you have is normal to actually move around like this, but I can have easy access. I can see the level of the oil right here. Hopefully I will have a flashlight with me. If I'm in the engine room, I want flashlights everywhere. Or I will move, actually. Azimut, very clever. They actually provide me with light. And look, I can check the oil in my tank. I can refill my tank from here. This is the manual device in case the electric motor doesn't work. You gotta take this handle, put it in this hole, and you can create pressure by pressing by hand, and then you open and close the solenoid by pressing these devices right here, and you can retract in emergency the system. This is so very, very important. Hydraulic control. Drainage is right there. What else? Let's see if we have everything else here. This is Volvo Penta corrosion control system. Bilge pump. I know you're probably looking at my back, so let me turn around. and see if we have anything that we want to show. Bonding there, another group of solenoid right there, hydraulic unit in the middle of the engines. If you want to show that, that is another hydraulic unit right there, going back in the middle there. And then we can move to this side and talk about air conditioning system. So on the port side here, we have basically the air conditioning station, if you wish. This is your air conditioning compressor from Vehicle, a very good Italian manufacturer that we use on our Grande collection, and we bring it now down to the Seadeck 6 as well. You might wonder what is this system right here, which makes sense. Company called ElectroC. We put this as a standard option, if you wish, on any America's unit that we bring in. Very clever. It's a system which basically prevents growth into the air conditioning water distribution lines. Is sort of a self-cleaning, if you wish, system. We use in the Americas, we use air conditioning a lot. Is one of the most stressed system on board, is on 24/7, especially down here in Florida. And so the water is warm water, more growth. So the air conditioning system would require more maintenance to keep all the hoses and pipes and strainers clean. So you put this system on, and this is a self-cleaning system. So very easily located strainers to open, close your strainer valves and or cleaning the filtering elements. Air conditioning raw water pump, very easily located there. And this is actually the strainer for the ElectroC system right here. So you see water comes in, and before it goes to the compressors is protected from here. All right. This is the distribution water, raw water to the generator right there. Battery chargers. These are other elements which you want to have very easily accessible right here. 1, 2, 3. So battery chargers are right there. Another hydraulic unit right there for the tender lift, as we can see there. So both arms have their own dedicated solenoids and pumps, synchronized. Freshwater pump. This is another pump that we want to make sure is always easily accessible to reset in case of need. Your pressure gauge, which is telling you everything is good, and in case you want to service or replace it or take it off, very easy disconnect plumbing. As you can see, you unscrew these, you unscrew these, and 4 screws and your entire pump can come off to be serviced or replaced. So very easily location. Look at the size of the water heater right there, and of course is properly positioned. So if you need to change the heating element, which will be the black box right in the middle right there, is very easy. You crawl in there, 4 screws, replace the heating element, very easy. What else? I don't want to waste too much of your time here. I think we covered kind of all, and we are ready to go back outside. So once again, thank you so much for taking a look and be with me with this very comprehensive walkthrough of this brand new Seadeck 6, featured for the first time in the Americas at this 2024 Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Thank you very much and have a great day.